And we're back. The jungle. Got D Strange in the building. You know the deal. Like, share, subscribe. And let's get into this. We all know the buzz. Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Does it make sense? No. It makes absolutely no sense on both fronts. If you're the Lakers, you need a big man. You need a rim protector. If you're Dallas, that's your franchise. So why would you make that move? So I got a couple of theories here. One, the new ownership is saying we're not going to pay somebody who doesn't come into camp in shape. So I think there's an overall theme going on in the NBA. And I think the theme is diva superstars. And I think what you're starting to see is the pushback from owners or leadership on diva superstars because they're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Like, it's not like back in the days, 70s, 80s, where these guys are working basically for their contracts and to get money for or generational wealth for their families. No, these guys are coming in with that generational wealth to a certain degree. And then they're holding organizations hostage. So I think owners are starting to get tired of that, especially if I'm giving you a guaranteed contract and now you can't get in shape and you're getting paid $50 million, $60 million coming up. This is what you want. And you're not going to listen to what we say? No. That's a bad investment. And I think that's how the next collective bargaining agreement is going to be really rough for the players. And when I say rough, obviously they still going to be making millions of dollars. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to see a big pushback to them being diva superstars. With that being said, that's just an assumption. We don't actually know. The other thing too is I think that, in this day and age, nobody is golden. Nobody is sacred. Because there's so much money involved and there's so much high stakes, we used to think, certain players are untouchable. Well, that's not anymore. I think the only untouchable player in all of sports, as at least in American, is Patrick Mahomes, probably. Outside of that, I could see anybody getting traded or being released or let go or told whatever. It can happen. It doesn't matter. Now, for the Lakers, I don't know where you go from here because of the fact that this roster you just can't keep. You have to be making another move or it doesn't make sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense for now. It makes sense for later. Yes, I understand later on he's the franchise and you could build around him. So that's good from that perspective. But while you have LeBron James, it doesn't make sense. What would make sense to me, I'm not saying this should happen or would happen. What would make sense to me is if you traded LeBron James. Or you got to package some deal around Austin Reeves, because when I watch the games, Austin Reeves is basically playing point guard. So the role that you have Austin Reeves playing, Luka's going to play. So what does that leave? Or where does that leave Austin Reeves? You have to basically have him as the off guard, and now he doesn't have the ball in his hands. So when LeBron James didn't have the ball in his hands, Austin Reeves had the ball in his hands. Neither's going to have the ball in their hands anymore. So I don't see it working from just that stance. And I don't think anybody who watches basketball would disagree. It's just confusing. We have to make another move to get somebody that makes sense. And I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. I don't know. Let us know what you think. I mean, it was just a wild scene. I never would have thought the Dallas Mavericks would have traded an international superstar that is the basis of your franchise and just took you to the finals. It just doesn't make sense. Even within the reports, it still doesn't make sense. But hey, we're gonna see how it pans out. The jungle.